Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've been walking through the forest in our little Red Riding Hood on our way to deliver much needed food and medicine to our sick grandmother, and instead of coming across a big bad wolf, we've instead stumbled upon DauT playing as the Khmer in blue, getting ready to take on FreakinAndy playing as the Lithuanians in orange. Now while the players heard their herdables explore their immediate forested surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age, why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today? But before, stop what you're doing. Is Andy going to attempt a 3-bore pull right underneath our very eyes? Now, usually when I discuss a civilization, I take a look right at it, look it right in the eye, Gus, and I tell it what is going on. But in this case, let's see. It doesn't seem like FreakinAndy is going to do a 3-part bore pull. 1, 2, and a third. Okay, let's keep an eye on this villager as we discuss the Khmer, a civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. Khmer Scorpions come with extra range. Poor derping out in the back already. The Khmer Scorpions do come with extra range, can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. Their battle elephants do move 10% faster and can be upgraded to hit even harder with a +3 attack boost. And their unique unit is quite possibly one of the most annoying to deal with head on. I am, of course, referring to the Ballista Elephant, which, as it sounds, is an elephant unit with a giant ballista mounted on its back that can also be upgraded to shoot a second bolt. What? I think FreakinAndy just lost one of the boars. If you're not familiar with how Age of Empires works, 2 things. Number 1, fancy schmancy maneuvers to garrison your villagers inside the town center. It does take fewer volleys of the arrows to kill a boar, or at least lower its HP. But if the town center accidentally kills the boar, you don't get any of that meat, which means FreakinAndy is sitting on only 2 of the 3 boars. 350 food wasted down the toilet for him. Although I shouldn't say boar, it's javelinas in this case. And that was just sour. That was a pretty damn clean boar pull right up until the end. Ooh, a good but not great start there for our Lithuanian, who does manage to get those 2 of the 3. In any event, let's take a look right back at the Khmer. In order to take advantage of their very, very powerful heavy-hitting units, they've got to get their butts up to Castle and Imperial ASAP. So to help them do this, they do come with a few cool, nifty features. To start with, they don't need any structures to go up to the next stage, meaning as long as you've got 500 food, you can go up to Feudal. As long as you've got 800 food, 200 gold, you can go up to Castle, and so forth. You do not need any buildings whatsoever. Second, all of the buildings from an age are available to you once you hit that age, meaning the Khmer, there is no such thing as a prerequisite. You want to build a stable in Feudal? Go right ahead. You don't need a barracks. You want to build a siege workshop in Castle? Go for it. You do not need a blacksmith to do that. Lastly, Khmer farmers don't need to bring any food to a mill or a town center. As long as a farmer is working on a farm, it automatically adds unit by unit food to your coffers, which means the Khmer can basically put farms wherever the hell they want on the map and send out villagers to do any kind of work, reconnaissance, anything at all. And for example, he can put a farm right here. Although, I don't know, this crocodile looks kind of fat and happy. Might have eaten a few Khmer villagers who tried to put farms here in the middle of nowhere already. Are you kidding me? FreakinAndy's back for more? In the middle of a boar pull, he's attacking a scout? Oh, we've got to follow along with this villager. I mean, I don't know if this is the same villager as before. Oh, first kill. Also, FreakinAndy is just running amok right now. He is getting 5 of the 6 neutral boars or javelinas. There is 1 still left. And in the middle of that, he still managed to attack DauT's scout, kill it. And man, this is just incredible. Now, before we dive into the Lithuanians as we watch this, as FreakinAndy sends another villager forward, probably to complete the wall off here. DauT runs away, does not want to get caught behind enemy lines. Oh, but he does. He Owen Wilsons himself and gets caught behind enemy lines. Oh, no. Let's see if FreakinAndy can pull these. And let me, for the love of Age of Empires, let me finish my Civ intros. Okay, very cautious, very cautious. So this is what you do. You soften up the boar with the town center villagers, and then you pop them out and target the boar. This is a fancy schmancy high elo move. Highly recommend, because it does kill the boar quicker, actually, I think, right? You need 2 volleys from the town center and then pop out the villagers. Although, I guess you can figure out the muscle memory for your fingers to do the... Oh my god, what is happening here? To be able to practice that over and over again. In any event, last point about the Khmer before we look at the Lithuanians, they are much harder to raid because You know why GL.DauT's building a house here? Because he can pop that villager into the house, garrison him, and then pop him back out wherever the hell he wants to. The Khmer villagers can hide inside houses until danger passes, and then they can pop right back out and get back to work. Although, the usual caveat, HP does not regenerate when a villager is inside the house, although not that GL.DauT really cares. His villager is 100% hail. Now take a look at the Lithuanians. Finally, 10 minutes into the game. This might be the most elongated, delayed Civ intro I have ever done, and I am not upset about it at all. We have seen some pretty fun happenings already on this map. The Lithuanians, a civilization that focuses on their heavy cavalry, their knights, their cavaliers, their paladins, all come with a free attack boost for every relic that they collect, which is exactly why FreakinAndy is walling himself in with a relic here. Now, once they gather 4 relics maximum, they do get a +4 attack boost on those heavy hitters. And in addition to that, this feature also applies to their unique unit, the latest. This is a heavy cavalry unit whose attack actually ignores enemy armor, making it, like the ballista elephant, one of the hardest units in the game to deal with head on. Now, to gather their relics to get this free attack boost as fast as possible, Lithuanian monasteries do work 20% faster, which means you can pump out those monks ASAP. And to support their cavalry on the battlefield, their spearman line units and their skirmishers do move 10% faster, and they both can be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. Now, to build a robust economy to support their military endeavors, each Lithuanian town center automatically adds 100 food to your coffers, which means that FreakinAndy, if you noticed it, did start the game with 100 extra food. So in addition to pulling 5 boars, even though, I mean, realistically only got 4 of them, that is 1,400 extra food. And on top of that, he, as the Lithuanian, started the game with extra food. So that it kind of explains why he's ahead 4 villagers. Although maybe not. This is total villager/fishing ship. Villager count is actually, he's down 1 villager. So maybe it doesn't explain it at all. What it does explain is why the hell he's got 800 food when GL.DauT only has 130. Now, in addition to that, the Lithuanians, like the Khmer, can also be harder to raid, but they can't really hide their villagers inside the houses. What they can do is upgrade their town center, to have +3 extra range, which does make them outrange a lot of mangonels in the game. And thus ends the civilizational introductions, as GL.DauT is 1 minute and 11 seconds away from hitting the next stage. Notice something on the map. Perhaps a lack of structures, a dearth of construction. Is it dearth or dearth? I'm gonna have to look that up after the cast to make sure I'm using the right word here. Again, the Khmer don't need anything but resources to go up to the next stage, whereas our Lithuanian, he's got his market, he's got his blacksmith, and so he has the requisite structures to go up to the next stage. Now, while they both do that, while they both sit on 26, 25 villagers, let's take a look at the actual map. I'm going to zoom out because we are on Black Forest, which is a very pleasant surprise. Usually I save Rage Forest for the 4v4 live streams that we do on this channel, but 1v1 between these 2 players, that's going to be a lot of fun, especially since GL.DauT has the only unit in the game that can cut through forests in the Castle Age, and that is, of course, his unique unit, the Ballista Elephant. No other unit can do that in Castle Age. I'm trying to look at possible avenues of attack. The only one I can think of is here, because this is pretty much the thinnest area of forest. Although, that being said, he can just use his elephants and go around this little wall off. What I like to say during our live streams, if you haven't joined during a live stream, definitely do so. We have a lot of fun. But what I say about Rage Forest, Black Forest, this map looks pretty damn closed off right now. But when the players hit Castle, and more importantly Imperial for the Lithuanians, this basically becomes Arabia with more trees, because you can open up attack paths anywhere you want. I mean, this is... GL.DauT is playing forest nothing here. I don't know what the hell the point of jamming in a town center here is. Oh, man. That is just a super fun location. So, okay, managing to stick it in there. No sexual pun intended, is our Khmer, who, I'm trying to look at the resource patches. His 4th gold is in neutral territory here, whereas the 4th gold for our Lithuanian is nice and secure in the back. Unfortunately for our Lithuanian, he has 1 lake, and for some reason, our Khmer spawned with 2. So a little bit unfair. How many relics does our Lithuanian have behind his walls? Just the 2 relics. Then there's 1 here, 2 And then there's a neutral one. So I wonder if Andy was a little bit too gung-ho about walling off here. Now, naturally, DauT loves this wall off because he gets to claim all of this as the Khmer's territory, and he does not have to deal with 3 avenues of attack. Right now, he's got to deal with 1. And by the way, he'll see any kind of attempt by our Lithuanian. Our Lithuanian cannot cut through forests in Castle Age, which means if he wants to reach DauT, he's going to have to go through this palisade wall first, which it's not exactly the tankiest of structures, but it'll give DauT an early detection, an early notice that his opponent is making his way towards his base. Now, why is this the best case scenario for DauT? Because look at his base. Otherwise, he'd have to contend with 1, 2, and 3 avenues of attack. So this is about as good as it gets here for our Khmer in terms of walling off. Plus, he gets the 3rd relic. Oh, man, and he's already got a monastery out. Oh, no. Okay, so FreakinAndy, despite an amazing start food-wise with those boars, I keep saying boars, they're javelinas. I don't know that this wall-off is necessarily in his best interest. Now, one thing I will note, interesting. Okay, so like the team games in Black Forest, it seems like the map is started on the explored option. So you've seen the map. The Fog of War obviously still exists here. Oh no, FreakinAndy's gonna see what the outpost that his relic is about to get got. Let's wait, let's count down. Where are you? Okay, very slow moving monk. And boink, just like that. Just like that, our Lithuanian is now capped out at a +2 attack, which essentially places him on even footing with every other civilization that comes with Blast Furnace, because the Lithuanians are missing that. And FreakinAndy, a little bit slow to claim that relic, is now moving out. So, of course, DauT sees it. And this is what I was talking about. This is basically an early detection system. This is the radar of Age of Empires that allows him to see it. Another town center for our Khmer. Okay, he's building a stable. What kind of military does he have behind this? Not a single military unit, not a single military building beyond the monastery and the stable. And FreakinAndy's out. Now he's going to go and explore and see what the hell is going on the other side of the map. So FreakinAndy in a bit of a strange situation here. Like I said, he's got his fishing industry up and running already. But like I said, 2 lakes to the 3. This is not exactly the biggest of lakes, but you can still fit 1 dock, 2 dock, maybe a 3rd dock if you've got enough wood. And one thing you'll notice on this map, there is no shortage of wood. Our Khmer going up to 5 town centers. Let's take a look at the civilian population because they are identical. I just love that DauT used the Khmer feature of garrisoning villagers inside the houses to escape from that trap that FreakinAndy had him in. That was just absolutely epic. So far, I mean, the kill count is 1-0, and we saw that dead scout somewhere here early about 20 minutes ago. And since then, there's been no action, but man, has there been action. I don't know, maybe I'm one of the few who, when there's no military activity on the map, still doesn't mind the game as long as there's fun shenanigans happening like that, like the villager escaping the trap, like the 3rd relic getting got away from the Lithuanians. So they're going to get capped at a +2 attack against the civilization that they really, really want to get that +4 attack boost. If you're facing the Khmer, I mean, we saw Hera with those ridiculous 9-range scorpions. We saw ballista elephants. You are just going to absolutely crash and burn if you don't show up with your best foot forward. The Khmer bring a gun to a knife fight, essentially. That's how powerful they are. And so FreakinAndy, already suspecting some shenanigans, has walled the entire western portion of his base with outposts and a few spotting houses so that he can see if our Khmer tries to pull anything. And here we go. Second casualty of the game. Will it be a monk? Will it be a scout? It is a scout. As now our Khmer heads up to Imperial. He's training more scouts. He's getting a castle. Civilian populations identical. One is all villagers. One is villagers and 20 fishing ships. I love the inclusion of 4th. Okay, it's going to be a congested traffic jam on the I-5 today. Or whatever the hell the main highway in LA is. The one with like 4 lanes. Man, that was fun driving. I remember when I drove in LA, I went from West Hollywood to Santa Barbara. Or not Santa Barbara, Santa Monica to see the beach. First of all, what a beach. Holy shit, what an amazing beach. But driving along that highway with the 4 or 5 lanes, As somebody from Canada, where we have at most like 3 lanes, somewhere in some places we've got 4, but I think my experience has been basically with 2 or 3. That was a lot of fun. Crazy, but fun. In any event, we've got our first ballista elephant being trained here. Our Lithuanian, no military whatsoever. DauT adding in a bunch of economic, a bunch of military upgrades. He will hit the next stage 2 whole minutes ahead of his opponent. Yeah, that outpost is probably not going up. He does have 500 stone now. Rage Forest, Black Forest. I don't know. I really don't know what to call it. I'm just going to call it Black Forest because that's what it says at the bottom here. Does lend itself to big battles because of this, because players wall each other off, and when they don't contest the wall off, then they can just gather as many resources as possible. And the light cav gunned down the mangonel as like I said, in Castle Age, the only unit that can do this is the chunky boy ballista elephant, who is firing bolt after bolt after bolt at the outposts, even though he's already busted in here. More and more casualties. Our Khmer is taking a significant lead, having completely wiped the entire Lithuanian expeditionary force off the face of the earth. All those monks, the mangonel, all gone, but Leichai are on their way. And yes, that is how you pronounce the plural of Leitis. There have been some comments on my wall recently suggesting that perhaps Leichai is not the right way to pronounce it, but I have it on good authority from a Lithuanian viewer that is actually how you pronounce it, and also how you spell it. A third castle going up. These 2 scout units are definitely going to be checking out what's going on in the Lithuanian base, and what they're going to find is a whole bunch of fishing ships. And look at how quickly these Leichai are absolutely wrecking, but not before one of the ships goes down. Is he going to train a replacement? And look at this. I pivoted here earlier. DauT does not want to engage into here at all. He wants to engage into here, where there's a castle, or he just wants to build up his armaments right now. Crocodile springs into action. Okay, luckily for him, he's got Loom, and so he survives the crocodile attack. And now a stalemate. The kill count 10 apiece. I hear the twanging of a trebuchet. 2 of them, but this Lithuanian castle's on the high ground. I don't know who wins in this fight here. This is a very crazy choke point. This is literally a 1-tile choke point here between rainforest and rainforest. Kind of looks like shrub B. Conscription being researched here as well, so he's going to be able to start pumping out these units. Do they have iron casting? No, they do not have iron casting yet. And look at the upgrades. There's iron casting. He's getting chemistry for the castle. He's getting barding armor for his horses. He's getting husbandry for his horses. So both players mixing in economic and military upgrades, because again, this is Black Forest where you can afford to do so. But oh mama, this is a lot of raiding units, 23 of them, and this is not exactly walled off. I mean, what's the end game here for FreakinAndy? Are you just going to keep repairing this castle forever? You've got 900 stone. What army are you building right now? He's not training any units. Okay, bombard cannon is a fantastic move out of him. The Lithuanians, if DauT gets enough of these ballista elephants, the Lithuanians are going to possibly struggle very hard against those ballista elephants. If the Leichai can close, the Leichai will tear them to pieces, even though they're not fully upgraded just said. But now we're getting elite ballista elephants. We're going to hussars. But this is a choke point that Orange cannot engage into. That being said, once this castle goes down, first of all, not the end of the world, but once this castle goes down, how is Blue going to engage into this? Because this is a choke point with the Leichai. They're going to be like Leonidas and his Brave 300. Although I always thought the Athenian assistants didn't get enough credit in the Battle of Thermopylae. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Once you got that castle down, you've got to actually move in here. And you're moving straight into another castle. Our Lithuanian needs to get the numbers up. He's down a third of the army count, and there is double crossbow, there is elite Leichai, there is ballistics. Now, I'm not sure the Lithuanians get siege engineers, so their bombard cannons are going to be capped out at 12 range. Okay, he's seen this. Where is he going? Where is FreakinAndy going? He's seen this wall off. Okay. I'm not too sure where those Leichai are going. And this is the big waste of time right now. Because again, all the ballista elephants need to do is attack this one shrub. And this emergency gate means a nothing, especially when 5 freaking trebuchets are also gunning it down, and down it goes indeed. Chemistry, I believe the only upgrade that will give the ballista elephants a +1 attack. Nothing else will do. Don't quote me on that. I think that's the case. I mean, FreakinAndy might want to wall a little bit of this. Otherwise these hussars are just gonna have a field day with his economy. And where were these Lechai? I guess he wanted to bust a hole in with his bombard cannon, but they are very far from the battle. And again, FreakinAndy is down 33 army supply. Now, luckily for him, DauT is engaging to a whole bunch of choke points with hussars against Lechai. Lechai, by the way, that attack on a 20 that ignores your armor. And so you're not going to do very well with your 11 attack against the Lechai with 5 pierce armor. Uh-oh, BBC gets caught out. BBC gets caught out. Will it die? I can't really tell. No, it survives. Great save there by FreakinAndy. He's training 3 more of them. And here we go. The Lechai move in. Oh, you guys know that I always want to see big battles between the unique units. And we are getting to see them. 1 bombard cannon goes down. 1 treb goes down. But the bombard cannon now is firing on the ballista elephants. And he's training more and more Lechai. His gold count is not that great, even though he's got 54 villagers on gold. He's even discovered the one in the real back of his base there. I don't even want to peel my eyes away to look at that, though, right now. This is incredible. We've got 34 ballista elephants taking on 26 Lechai in a choke point. I mean, naturally you want to give it to the ballista elephant, but if the Lechai can close, especially with bombard cannons and now monks. Do they have block printing? Yes, they do. 12 range will keep them safe and secure, and the ballista elephants are running away. Oh my god, look at the HP on these orange units, though. Every volley is another 10th and 10th and 10th of their HP. And all of a sudden, I mean, look at this. That's crazy. Where are you going, bombard cannon? FreakinAndy not microing his units to the best of their ability here, as another bombard gets caught here. I mean, now it's not even attacking. Now it's just moving, and then gets got. How many ballista elephants did he convert? He's got, our Lithuanian has 5 ballista elephants, 4 now. More and more monks are being trained. I love this, but our Lithuanian needs to start adding some pikemen here. Although he's an Imperial, so halberdiers, I would say. I don't know that Lechai, 65 villagers on gold. I mean, FreakinAndy wants to end this game right now. I say add in pikemen, but that probably will slow the game down. He just wants to end it. And so the Lechai chase out. The Khmer is in full retreat mode. But now there's a castle backing him up. More Lechai show up. He's training 15 at a time. Look at the ballista elephant count has been whittled down to a 19. Half of them are dead and or converted. Nobody seems like they're interested in engaging into other parts of the map, even though Orange has destroyed Blue's wall off. Blue is making 0 attempt to rebuild it. They are both just gung-ho into the meat grinder here. And this map that was so quiet for 25-30 minutes has all of a sudden in the last 10 minutes just absolutely erupted into insanity. And this is about as cool as it gets in Age of Empires. You've got 2 of the most dangerous head-on units. No, they're fighting straight into those ballista bolts. And by the way, those are double crossbow bolts, or double bolts now. You got to heal your units up. He's got 2 monks. What the hell happened to all of Andy's monks? The aggressive monk play is not working out to his benefit. What is he building behind this? Okay, so he is going to add in some pikemen. Okay, now they're healing up the units, but look at, they're down 1,300 HP. The ballista elephants, they're down 2,200 HP. Okay, so both players bloodied and bruised, both with some broken bones, both with some shots to the ribs. And they stop for a hot minute to regather their forces, to marshal some additional reinforcements here. Andy finally has a good army count. Did he go too heavy on his economy? He's got 151 economic units, which means he's going to be able to cap out at a 49 army count to the 68 of the Khmer. Now, luckily for him, of the 68, 21 are currently hussars. And man, oh man, the Khmer with their ability to... Oh my god, he actually did it! He put a farm in the middle of nowhere in the corner after killing that crocodile. Oh, sometimes I can call things. Not a lot. Not frequently. Not often. But sometimes I can. You need more bombard. You need more monks. 6 monks and a bombard cannon. And look at this. FreakinAndy is now pushing out with trebuchets. This is a very cocky move out of him, as 4 conversions are attempted to get completed successfully. All 4 get completed successfully. Now the ballista elephants are busy fighting themselves in a bit of a ballista elephant civil war. Oh, but Andy pushing a little bit too much, not factoring in the absolute crazy amount of hussars here. This meat shield does lose a treb or 2, as these other 2 trebs that he trained decide to get the hell out of here. And he loses a bombard cannon as well. I mean, this is working out quite well for DauT right now. Who's kidding who? He's down 20 total population. But the real story here is that Andy keeps throwing his army. His Lechai are weak AF. They're down 1200 HP. And as long as they don't actually fight these ballista elephants, the ballista elephants will just keep... unluckiest halberdier in the world here. The ballista elephants will just keep shooting and shooting and shooting volley after volley after volley. And eventually the HP is going to be so bad that even if FreakinAndy does take a fight, it's not going to go well for him. And DauT, by the way, behind this, has expanded everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 castles in the central position. And now he's pivoting here? Okay. Andy still has some room to the southwest of his base to expand. I love the renewed monk pressure. He's going up to 15 monks, 68 halberdiers in the training queue. And he is housed. No, why are you leading with the Lechai? Lead with the pikemen. Lead with the pikemen. More conversions here. One funny thing I think about the ballista elephant that I think is the case, when you're fighting it melee head on, the bolt doesn't go through you. It goes straight down. That's why you'll see sometimes when a ballista elephant, for example, is fighting unit right in front of it, the direction of the bolt will not be like this. It'll be down. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. 85 halberdiers in the queue. And if ever there was a map that you could train halberdiers for days, hussars for days, it is Rage Forest. Okay, they're still down about 1100 HP. The Lechai about 2000 HP for our ballista elephants, but he's back up to 29. He's training 19 more. As more and more of these hussars die, and they're going straight for the monks. They're going straight for the monks. And all of a sudden, 15 monks has become 5, 4. But FreakinAndy's not out of gold. He will be if he keeps trading monks for hussars. What an absolute World War I style disgusting battlefield here. This might as well be trench warfare right now. And FreakinAndy's probably happy to throw these guys away. He's got another 88 training. Ooh, you might want to plug this up maybe. Yeah, this is the players just fighting. They've been fighting over these 7 or 8 tiles for the last 20 minutes. 18 to 20 minutes. But you know what? This is now a good use of these monks. And how many does he have? He's back up to 11 monks, 24 Lechai, 33 halberdiers. And the pathing for the hussars, absolutely terrible. Going through a halberdier meat grinder, and uh-oh, all of a sudden, FreakinAndy, why? FreakinAndy's doing a bit too much fancy footwork here. He needs to attack. I thought, I was very excited because for a second it seemed like the Lechai were converging on the right and the halberdiers were converging on the left, and it looks like we were about to see a ballista elephant sandwich. But no, then they were moved. The ones on the left moved back and they all died. And now FreakinAndy's been pushed back. You see, you notice how the bolt, I don't know if you noticed that, the quick-eyed viewers, the bolt was going straight down. I think that's just part of the mechanics of it when they fight melee units like that. Not from point-blank range, and he saves that one ballista elephant despite how many of them. 32 firing on him, he still saves them. Again, the Lechai just moving around. Shit or get off the pot. Engage into your opponent or do not, or play defensive. These two players on Rage Forest, on Black Forest, are going to be able to exchange trash units for days. There is no shortage of wood. There is therefore no shortage of farms. And that means halberdiers, hussars. Now, Lithuanian can train winged hussars, right? It's I think one of the only two civilizations that has winged hussars together with the Poles. But unlike the Poles, winged hussars, they don't come with trample damage. Trample damage winged hussars here would be absolutely epic. Now, they do come with a bit more HP, I think like 5 or 10 more HP, but I don't know that hussars are necessarily the way to go here for a Lithuanian. I absolutely don't mind the endless stream of halberdiers, and now he's going up to onager. Unfortunately for him, onager is about as good as it's going to get for the Lithuanians. They do not have siege onagers. They don't get siege engineers, as I mentioned. Oh no. Oh no, the elephants have breached. And all of a sudden, he got off the pot. And the Khmer army, what are we working with here? 36 elephants, 17 hussars, 8 trebuchets. Oh, he's got to go straight for that monastery. He's got to go straight for that monastery. Okay. Going straight for the castle. He's got to go straight for that monastery. I mean, look at how many halberdiers died trying to engage into these elephants. Holy moly. But you know what? The meat shield is gone. All of a sudden. If they can actually close here, man, the micro of the ballista elephants is fantastic. I doubt who remembers, hey, wait a second, I've got 1,500 food. I might as well just start spamming my hussars again. That was a fantastic opportunity there for a shining brief moment for our Lithuanian to reclaim the territory, and kind of he is. Although his army is not as powerful as it once was. He's got 2 Lechai left. He's going up to 120 halberdiers, and we've seen how well halberdiers do against this unit that has pass-through damage. They do not do well at all. 2 remaining Lithuanians. Oh no, the Lechai, they're basically dead. Monk count 1. Ballista elephant converted count 0 as the 1 dies. And all of a sudden, the heavy hitters for our Lithuanian are no more, and he's replaced his entire army with halberdiers. Why? He's got no villagers on gold anymore. DauT is also gold starved, but look at the difference in resources. DauT has 4,000 food to 300, 4,000 wood to 300, 2,500 food to 800, 800 gold to 90. Right now, the players are basically just both relying on their relics. A whole bunch of hussars dying to the meat shield. They're trying to get the, they get the gold expensive unit, but he's been breached. For the first time, our Lithuanian settlement is now under direct attack by these hussars. As what's happening in the front? Okay, elephants killing a few more halberdiers. This is the more exciting play here. Let's see how many villagers he can get. He's currently at 21 villager kills. Okay, a few of them stopping to attack farms. Halberdiers and the Lattice move in, but the Lattice has 21 HP, so not too sure how much longer he's going to stay alive. And DauT hiding his trebuchets behind these structures. I mean, FreakinAndy is just throwing away halberdiers right now. He is just absolutely throwing away halberdiers. Although a few of them have closed, and looks like he's cleaned up most of the aggression in his base. He has been knocked down to 114 economic units, villagers, and fishing ships, which honestly may be a good thing. DauT may have just given FreakinAndy the key to winning this game. Because FreakinAndy, I mean, he lost 25 villagers in total, which is not terrible at this stage of the game. You might want to garrison them all. Not terrible at this stage of the game, but replace them with army. That is what you need to do. You need... Wait a second. Oh, DauT never managed to destroy the monastery. 2 basic onagers are not going to be enough to stop this tide of ballista elephants, as more halberdiers just absolutely wrecked. They are rickety wrecked here in the center station of the map, and it literally is the center of the map. This is incredible. I mean, I would say in a normal game, having the God's Eye vision that we have as observers and not players, that FreakinAndy is throwing as many of these halberdiers into the meat grinder as possible, because he's got something planned behind this. He is just keeping DauT away, and he is playing keep away. Oh no, he's gonna lose the not the end of the world, lose a siege workshop. I think he's got one right here. When a player starts throwing away hundreds and hundreds, literally hundreds of units, look at the kill count. Hundreds of units for no reason, no apparent reason. It's because he's got something cooking behind this. But we know that FreakinAndy has nothing cooking behind this. I think he's trying to figure out what he could do right now. What he needs to do is, oh, the halberdiers created a gap through which the hussars charged right into the monks, and no more Lithuanian monks. He's replacing his army count with halberdiers. Do they have tower shields? Oh, I mean, remember, the ballista elephant, as fancy schmancy as it does look, is still just doing 12 pierce damage, 11 plus 1. And I think our Lithuanian is missing tower shields, which adds +2 armor. No, he's not. Never mind. I am an idiot. I forgot that the Lithuanians, like the Khmer, are missing the last armor upgrade. So he does have tower shields. Oh, this is just really bad now for our Lithuanian. Missing the last armor upgrade, missing blast furnace. He still has the 2 relics for all the good that it's doing him with 1 latest here out on the map. That being said, DauT is being a little hesitant to push into this. Not too sure why. More raiding to the back. Maybe the center of the Lithuanian base, but this time underneath a castle, which means that these hussars are eventually going to get cleaned up. They add 4 more villager kills, so not exactly the greatest of raids in the history of raids. More halberdiers. I mean, what's the logic? What's the mathematical justification? Do you lose 30 halberdiers to take down 2 ballista elephants? I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm legitimate asking as the castle goes down. And all of a sudden, our Lithuanian has 1 castle left. Not that he has the gold to train anything out of that castle. Not more than a single lattice and half a treb. He can train the wheels on the treb if he wants. But what is the mathematical formula here for our Lithuanian? The ballista elephant is an expensive unit, 100 food, 80 gold. So how many halberdiers do you need to throw at those elephants to justify those dead halberdiers? 5 per elephant? 10 per elephant? 20 per elephant? I mean, as gold gets more and more scarce on the map, both players have basically no... I don't even know how DauT has 4 villagers mining gold. I can't even begin to imagine where this gold is on the map. I'm trying to look at the minimap. I don't see it at all. I don't know how the hell he has it, but DauT, like I said, he's giving Andy an opportunity here to get back into this game. And Andy has fallen to 180 population. DauT's fallen to 170, but clears up another huge body of Khmer hussars. And he's training now only 10 halberdiers at a time. Another monk dies. Another monk dies. No more monks. Another one being trained. Our Khmer has to get rid of this monastery. I think if he gets rid of this monastery, it'll probably be GG. We are an hour and 4 minutes into the game, and both of these stubborn players, stubborn as mules, continue to fight over this one tiny isthmus of forest. Or I should say former forest. This really is a World War I style battle. As how many units, how many soldiers are dying to claim small bits of land? But here we go. Noticing that the right flank is completely exposed, 35 hussars move in. Now, luckily for Andy, these are Lithuanian halberdiers, which means they do move 10% faster. Ooh, an emergency wall off here. That is a fantastic move. And oh, he's just going around. He's trying to go around. Oh my god, this is epic. 35 have become 32. 3 lie dead. Oh, Andy a little bit too slow. A little bit too slow. Oh, an alleyway gets left open, and 35 have become 23. That is a good destruction of numbers by our Lithuanian. But 23 hussars. Okay, they're immediately met with these halberdiers. There's town centers fully garrisoned already, preemptively. So I don't imagine he's going to find too much extra damage. Oh, he's getting the wood line, though. He is getting the wood line. But the halberdiers are here. The halberdiers are also here. So we are exchanging trash units galore. How many fishing ships does he have left? 26. Both players have clawed their way back up to 200 population. Our Lithuanian has 4 monks, 5 onagers. Now, should he have trained onagers? We'll see. The difference between onagers and siege onagers against units like this is just very noticeable. We saw with Mr. Yo struggling. What are you? Why did I notice this random shrub here? How does he still have 3 villagers on gold? Okay, the parties have disengaged. What am I missing? Where's there a final gold patch? Oh, here it is. 17 gold. Okay, so in a second. What did I just hear? DauT. Okay. Oh, what's that line from There Will Be Blood? You have oil on your land. I want that oil, so I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to drink your milkshake, says DauT as he moves in here with Trebs. Can he reach the castle? He knows it's there. He's got siege engineers, which gives him 17 range. Not exactly to tar Trebs, but we'll see if 17 range is enough. For the first time in a long time, our Lithuanian has more army count. DauT must have deleted a whole bunch of villagers, because he is down 130 and FreakinAndy's only killed 2. Are we trying to bust his way in here? Okay, so he obviously can't reach this castle, so he's making a little avenue of attack where he can. Okay, and like I said, now the players are just being stubborn. DauT refuses to engage into this, refusing to risk his ballista elephants. FreakinAndy refusing to engage into any other unit type but halberdiers, and all of a sudden 6 trebuchets. I'm assuming the castle is their target. Yikes. I mean, what the hell do you do against 43 ballista elephants? You die. You fall down, your halberd goes to the ground. And as I was saying, we saw Mr. Yo as the Chinese struggle against Hera's Khmer and his scorpions, which a siege onager versus scorpions, that's a lot of dead scorpions. But even just a basic onager doesn't do nearly as much damage to surrounding. Obviously the scorpion you attack is going to die. Okay, DauT engage, but look at how little damage they're actually doing to this. Is the castle down? Oh, look at this little hit and run squad by DauT. That's fantastic. He gets the castle and then gets the hell out of there. Looks like he lost his forward 3 onagers now. Yeah, okay. So DauT finally does what he probably should have done about 20 minutes ago, which is move out with these ballista elephants. But wow, okay, that was a fun game. Like I said, we were watching a game of 2 mules, 2 stubborn players who refused to give up this ground to their opponent. Doesn't matter how many halberdiers had to be trained, doesn't matter how many hussars had to die, how many monks, how many onagers, Lechai, BBCs, doesn't freaking matter. They were both gung-ho. Whoever takes this area takes the game, and it looks like our Lithuanian finally had enough. He lost his castle. Not that, again, he has any resources to train anything out of a castle. He's got 21 stone, so he couldn't even repair it. He's got no way to get at these guys unless he brought one of these onagers. I mean, his siege workshop here. No, it's still here. So he could have trained an onager to cut through the forest here. So FreakinAndy could have done a few things differently, didn't. And ultimately, this assault on the halberdier, how many kills, by the way? 171 kills by 40 ballista elephants is more than 4 kills each. Wow, 700 hussars, 700 halberdiers, PKPM towards the end of the game for DauT. PKPM right at the beginning. This must have been the second Borpal, maybe, when he was fighting the scout with the 1 villager. So amazing moves out of both players. What do we think the economies are going to be like? Definitely in the 6 figures. Yeah, look at that. Relic gold, basically where it is, about 1,500 per relic, so 3,200 versus 46 or so. More food, more gold. This is where the ballista elephants came from for our Khmer. More wood, more... wow! In a cast of empires first, 3853, 3853. Both players mining the exact same amount of stone. Okay, so there you go on Rage for and Black Forest. I don't know why I keep saying Rage Forest, but our Lithuanian getting a lot more wood for those halberdiers, I guess. But our food consumption here, 32,000 more, a little bit more gold. Not the end of the world, especially when your opponent's throwing halberdiers at you. Oh, do we look at buildings raised? 16 not great, but 46 conversions out of almost 800 is a good amount. What is that, like 5%? Right? I don't know exactly what that is, but it's somewhere around the 5% mark. And let's take a look at the kills. 952 kills. Is it any shock? Look at how many halberdiers there are here. Oh, holy moly. FreakinAndy. He managed to kill 800 units of his opponents, but only 2 villagers. Not that I think villager kill count really played a big role here, seeing as how towards the end of the game, they both went full trash. The only difference is DauT had that last bit of gold and 3 relics, and he had the unit with the longevity. If FreakinAndy could have kept his Lechai alive for a lot longer than he did, he kept them alive for a good amount of time, but if he could have kept them alive for a lot longer, we were due for an absolute epic, massive last battle, as opposed to a whole bunch of halberdiers rushing to their death to deal with these mounted scorpions, basically. And look at how many hussars our Khmer has in the queue. 123. So he has geared up his economy about as efficiently as possible. And like I said, the death of the 50 villagers for our Lithuanian may have actually been a good thing for him. I mean, the upgrade, I think the winged hussar upgrade is more expensive than the regular hussar upgrade, but perhaps he should have gotten it. You know, he's got 40 more population space. He's got 4,000 food. Throw in 40 winged hussars into here. Now, they're not exactly Magyar hussars that come with an attack bonus against siege units, which I believe the Ballista Elephants does have siege armor. There you go. Just like it has that heavy siege Hussite wagon armor. So a Magyar could have done real damage to this, but in terms of a meat shield, FreakinAndy could have definitely added in a few hussars towards the end of the game. Although, I mean, again, I think the upgrade is much, much more expensive than the regular hussar upgrade. I think it's like 20 or 30% more gold cost. Does he have a single stable? I don't see it. He's got 2 blacksmiths for some reason. Okay. And how many barracks at the end of the day? No, there's a stable. 1 stable. 12 barracks against 19 stables and 5 castles. So at the end of the day, World War I playing out right before our very eyes, trench warfare, fighting over literal tile after tile, the same ones over and over again for over an hour. Actually, maybe just under an hour. I think the first 20-25 minutes of the game were quite docile, and then the game just absolutely exploded. And really, I don't know what the analysis of this game really should be. I don't think there really is much of an analysis when the players just absolutely refuse to fight anywhere else other than one arena. It's really a battle of wills. It's a battle of 2 stubborn mules, 2 rams butting their heads like in a National Geographic show. And ultimately, it's the Ballista Elephant who just survives. That's all this unit had to do. It had to survive. And then DauT added 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there, until he got up to the death ball status with 39. I mean, it would be 40 if this guy didn't go and die, you selfish Ballista Elephant. But his unit just lasted longer. And so he didn't need as many resources towards the end. Now he's got 101 villagers on food, spamming endless waves of hussars. And the Lechai, the siege the basic onagers, and the monks, they're all gone. DauT really should have got this. I think if he had gotten that monastery instead of that 1 castle, if he only knew how broke FreakinAndy was in terms of gold, I don't think he would have gone after that castle so quickly. First volley would have definitely gone after the monastery, and I think had that happened, FreakinAndy might have GG'd a little bit earlier. That being said, the last half an hour or so, I don't think he used any heavy cavalry at all. And ultimately throwing wave after wave after wave of halberdiers. They could not even close on these Ballista Elephants. Just didn't get him anywhere. And I think FreakinAndy realized that, hey, you still have your death ball. My death ball died 30 minutes ago. And so I can't win this battle. At best, I can fight a tactical retreat tile by tile. But that's going to take about 3.5 hours. And I'm not interested in that. So he GG's, lives to fight another day. And it is DauT, our Khmer, with the long living, I mean, elephants do live a long time, I guess, who takes the W, but GG in a crazy, crazy headbutting game to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.